Hello, my dear friends. How are you doing? Hope you are having an amazing day and not having to deal with drama. Ready for new stories I have for you today? Let's go to the first one. And don't forget to listen to the end of the story, guys, to hear my insights. Enjoy the stories, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And of course, don't forget to leave a comment. I, 26 female, have an older sister, 28 female, with whom I'm still nursing a past grudge. When we were in high school, she started dating my first love. She knew I liked him, and not only that, she didn't care one bit. She even rubbed it into my face that she got the guy that I wanted. Most of all, she didn't even like him that much, cause she ended up cheating on him with a college freshman. So to me, the only reason she even seemed to have dated him was to spite him. Back into the present. My sister's now married to her husband, 31 male, different guy from both of the previous mentioned ones, whom she found out that he was cheating on her a couple of months ago. Their marriage has been in shambles ever since then, but my sister's still trying to save it. Honestly, I can't say that I'm feeling sorry for her at all. All of us went to one of our cousin's baby showers, and there my sister was, publicly requesting her husband to let her check his phone. That started an argument between them, where her husband asked why he's never allowed to check her phone as well, and my sister said some crap about she's never been unfaithful, unlike him. Something in me just couldn't allow that lie to go by, and I seriously asked her, "You're ducking joking, right?" She asked me what the hell I was talking about, and I reminded her of how she dated my first love back in high school and how she ended up cheating on him, just like her husband did to her. A huge circus followed after, where her husband accused her of being a cheater herself and a hypocrite, and where my sister tried to argue that it was different and it doesn't compare to what he did to her. Other family members tried to break up their argument afterwards. But then my sister came at me yelling that I'm a sad, pathetic excuse of a human being who has nothing going on in her life than to stir the pot in other people's lives, and I ended cursing her pretty badly as well. Safe to say that that cousin's baby shower has been ruined. The atmosphere in our family has been incredibly awkward since then, and my sister and her husband haven't spoken to me since that incident, and my parents are blaming me for the fact that my sister will probably not show up at our Christmas dinner, and for making the atmosphere in our entire family. Am I the a-hole? She dated a guy OP had a crush on as a teen. That's not even close to what her husband did. OP needs to stop holding a grudge. OP's only hurting herself. It was in high school, at least a decade ago. People grow and change, and shouldn't be forever judged by a crappy thing they did in their teens. OP's poor cousin did not deserve that. And now let's see if the community agrees with me. Raspberry Ripple 12 says, "Everyone sucks here. Regarding the high school guy situation, you never claimed your guy or anything. It sucks that your sister did that and then cheated. Teenagers are super messy. But she couldn't have stolen something from you if it wasn't yours. I don't know how trauma-inducing this was for you, but if it is really just a grudge, then it is just a grudge. Let it go, Chief. It's not going to do you any good." Regarding the marriage, he cheated on her. For someone so adamant on accusing your sister of cheating in this one instance, you're super lenient towards a confirmed cheater. That makes me think you despise cheating only when it's convenient for you. They could have ruined their own marriage on their own accord, but you had to step in and make it about yourself. If you really want to make your life's purpose to stirring the pot just for your sister, then go ahead. You can ruin her life for the next 60 years without ever thinking of your own happiness. JRM1102 says, "You're the a-hole. You're still this pissed about something that happened a decade ago when you were a teenager. Big deal. Your sister dated your first love. Now her very real adult marriage is having issues, and you want to publicly shame her." Temporary King says, "Everyone sucks here. Why? You ruined your cousin's baby shower bringing this up. I don't blame you for pointing her hypocrisy out to her husband, but you suck for doing it when and where you did it. Your sister is a cheater, a liar, and a hypocrite, and can dish it out but not take it. Asking to see her husband's phone like that in front of family was as bad as you. Her husband is a cheater. Your parents for putting all the blame on you when your sister was a part of the calamity. I feel sorry for your cousin." So, my husband, would be 37 now, and me, 35, have been married for 10 years before he passed away. During this time, his mother decided to give her house to us. She changed the property owner from herself to my late husband legally, but she still lived with us. I did not want to live with his mother, But the house was big and my husband said it's better than renting a small apartment in the city when we have kids. She was nosy when we all lived together, and I just did not want to spend my time with her because she kept trying to insert herself in our marriage. We were trying for a child, but my husband passed away in an accident before I could get pregnant. I was devastated and still am. After this, it was only us two, but I could not stand having her around. I did not want her to be in my company. She made me sadder and made me angry when she wanted to just sit and remember him all day while I was trying my hardest to work and move on. I inherited the house after my husband died. Legally, it is mine, and his mother gave it to us. So despite living with us, it was no longer hers. I told her I want her to move out because living with her stresses me out. She said she has no family left. Her daughter died before I met my husband, and she can't work. I told her she can go to an elderly home, but she refused. I was still grieving and frustrated, so I packed her essentials and left them in front of the door one day when she went shopping and refused to let her in. She took her stuff and left. I heard that she is staying with a friend of hers, so I think it's not that bad, since her friend is a widow and has an empty house. It is a better situation for her than living with me. However, some of the people that know her despise me, and I've been getting ugly letters in the mail ever since, and I'm starting to feel guilty. Am I the a-hole? This lady has just lost her son, after previously losing her daughter as well, and her daughter-in-law kicks her out of the house she most probably worked hard for in the first place. OP literally made someone homeless because she found her stressful to be around. OP could have sold the house and given her half, moved out and got her own place. I really don't understand how OP sleeps at night, knowing she made a grieving mother homeless. And now let's hear the community's opinion. Lucid Outwork says, "Is this really true? Did you really pack up your mother-in-law's things and lock her out after she gave you the house?" Yeah, you're the a-hole. You had other choices, all which require that you have some compassion and decency, such as letting her know you need your space and don't want to engage with her, such as selling the house and helping her financially with the proceeds, such as helping her find another place. Adrenaline Anxiety says, "You're the a-hole. Sell the house and downsize to one that you can live in alone and give her enough of the money to help her retirement. Legally, you are the owner, but morally, I think you're a massive a-hole. Regardless of the fact you don't like her, she gave her house to her son in his 30s, assuming he would live a long, healthy life, based on the fact she was going to be cohabitating with you. Now, crap happened, and I'm very sorry about that. But kicking her out with nothing and continuing to live in a house that she gifted on the premise of continuing to live in it is an absolutely a-hole move, especially when your main complaint seems to be that she made you sad by being sad about her son's death. She does not seem to be an evil person, and losing her home and her son unexpectedly has got to be a crippling blow beyond that which I can imagine. Then you don't even give her legal notice or anything. You literally pack her crap for her and leave it on the doorstep. Wow, that's a piece of work." Invisibride 2019 says, "You're the a-hole. What you did was illegal and immoral. Locking an elderly, grieving woman out of her home? That's pretty disgusting. Controversially, I also think it's selfish to keep the house. I get that it's legally yours, but it doesn't sound like her intention was for you to have it and her to be on the streets. Selling it and splitting the money seems fair." All of my siblings and spouses do not like my brother's new girlfriend. She's 25, no high school education, no job, no motivation to look for a job, sits around playing, drinking wine, and smoking W all day, is functionally illiterate, dropped out of school at 15 to go pursue a modeling career in New York, but then became homeless and started banging guys for rent money, lied to us about being a stripper, etc. This doesn't really matter, it's my brother's business, but it just sucks hanging around her because she's a vapid, temperamental bee. What is really pissing me off is that I think she's trying to scam my mom. My mom is a sweet, sweet lady and always tries really hard with my brother's girlfriends so as to incentivize them to stay with my brother. This girl doesn't drive, so my mom takes her every week shopping together, get nails done, have lunch together. They are very close. In fact, the girl has said that if not for my mom, she probably would have left my brother by now. Recently, my mom told me something that just doesn't make sense. This girl is now claiming that she passed her GED exam, but can't access the certificate because she owes the school $800, and my brother won't give her the money. This sounds like BS to me for several reasons. First, Not 6 months ago, my parents bought this girl a GED study book because she told my mom she didn't have a GED. Secondly, a little research shows that the GED classes in my area are $120, which includes your exam and certificate. Thirdly, it's my understanding that once you pass your GED examination, it gets filed with the state, as in, it's not like owing a college money who won't give you a diploma. Fourth, my brother makes good money, and they buy all kinds of random crap. If this girl needed $800 to get her GED certificate so she could get a decent job, my brother would give it to her. There's a bunch of other red flags with this girl, like how we caught her lying when she said she was working at a restaurant that was closed, threatened my brother, needs to smoke W or else she hears voices, etc. What I would like to do is tell my brother in a very nice non-confrontational manner that we heard that she was hitting mom up for $800 because even though she passed her GED exam, she still owed the school $800 that he was unwilling to give her. Kind of like, we heard the great news that girlfriend passed her GED, but what the hell, man? Why don't you give her the money to buy her GED so she can get a decent job? Why does she have to ask our mom for money? All this in hopes that he would realize she's full of crap because he knows that she hasn't passed her GED exam, and he would know that she never asked him for $800, and most importantly, he would realize that this girl was trying to scam our mother, and possibly they would finally break up. I think talking to the brother in that manner is a nice idea, because that way he will know what is going on, and he will be the one making the decision about his relationship. OP is not saying anything behind anyone's back or making any false accusations, so I think OP should be fine. Also, has OP tried talking to her mom about this? Maybe she should talk to her and convey that the girlfriend might not be the nicest one around. So maybe she can refrain from giving any financial support to the girlfriend. And now let's hear the community's opinion. Jack Funk says, not the yay-hole. He should know that she is asking your mother for money. She sounds like trouble, and it's too bad that your mom can't see it. Sarah Eden says, not the yay-hole. Do it, and tell your mom the research you've done so she doesn't give the money grubber anything more. AAK Music says, not the yay-hole. You must tell your brother. If she is doing this to your mom, I wouldn't want to think of what she has or is planning to do with your brother. I, 26 male, have a 6-year-old son, Ollie, with my ex, Caitlin, 26 female. Caitlin has not been actively involved in the past 4 years, by her choosing. She hasn't seen Ollie in a year. I have sole custody. By court order, Caitlin is supposed to pay child support. I have to harass her for it every month, threatening to go to court until she pays. I'm doing it all on my own otherwise. The day-to-day care, doctor's appointments, dance, soccer, school, nursing every fever, soothing every nightmare, and I truly don't mind. I love my little boy. It doesn't change that it can be exhausting and emotionally draining. I've asked Caitlin to help more, but she says she has no interest. I finally gave up. That being said, Caitlin expects me to facilitate all contact. She gets mad if I don't initiate the court-ordered weekly FaceTime call when, according to the court, she's the one who has to call. Same if I don't have my son call her, even on Ollie's birthday. She just can't be bothered. I finally stopped doing all of that because it's not my job, and half the time when I call, she doesn't answer. If Caitlin sends gifts for Ollie, it's a crapshoot. She usually doesn't even send a card. If she does send a gift, she tells, not asks me to wrap it, put her name on it, and buy a card. I did in the beginning until this past birthday. Ollie is learning how to read and asked why his mom's card looked the same as mine. I just said that I was helping his mom out, but that made me realize how much labor I was doing for Caitlin. My sister told me to stop all the effort. If Caitlin sends gifts, don't wrap them. Tell Ollie they're from his mom, obviously, but no more gift tags or cards. A few weeks ago, Caitlin told me what she was buying off the wish list. She added she found them cheaper outside Amazon, so she'd be sending them herself. She told me to wrap them and get a card. I told her she could do that. She pointed out I was already wrapping gifts. I asked if she was wrapping gifts for her boyfriend, family, etc. She said yes, but I could do this for her. I told her no, put some effort in, and just wrap them as well as write a card herself, or at least just put a gift tag. But if she doesn't, I'll just give them to Ollie as is on Christmas morning and say they're for Mommy. I don't think he'll care that they're unwrapped. He'll be happy just to get what he wanted. Well, Caitlin called my bluff and sent them unwrapped. I put them in the closet and plan to put them out as is on Christmas morning. Caitlin texted me to remind me to wrap them, and I said, I already told you what I was doing. I'm done doing all the work for you. If you wanted to put in the effort, you could. I added that she lives 45 minutes away. If she wanted, she could come down and wrap them herself. Maybe even give them to Ollie herself. She said I was being a jackass and hung up. I'm starting to wonder if I should just wrap them, but I also am just so tired of taking up for her. Am I the a-hole? Hula Lap Pool says, not the a-hole. You're being perfectly reasonable, been good to Ollie, and you're a loving and considerate dad who is done with all the not phoning it in on her part. You can't protect Ollie from who his mom is or from what she chooses to do or not do forever. The honesty policy is a good one. Ollie might never get any satisfactory answers or honest ones from his mom, and she may never take responsibility for being willing to put in effort for her boyfriend, her other family members, but not care enough to wrap Ollie's presents or get him a card. Another Londoner says, not the a-hole. Your ex is a piece of work though. On a side note, if you leave them in the postal packaging, isn't that a form of unwrapping for your child? Not pretty, of course, but serves to hide what's inside under the tree. Farts in a Jar 6 says, not the a-hole. You're being a doormat for your ex. I get it, she's still Ollie's mom, but you don't owe her a damn thing. It seems like she only wants to be a part of Ollie's life in order to exert any modicum of control over you that she can. The court has laid out how every interaction is to happen. You don't and shouldn't have to do anything other than what is outlined in the custody agreement. Ollie deserves better than you trying to uphold his falsehood of who his mother is, and so do you.